Hello, Scorpio. How are you? I just want to pop in and talk to you guys about the remainder of July. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing good. I'm looking at your spread, but I'm not going to jump to any conclusions until I put some clarifiers on top of each card and then close you out to find out what's going on. I've got some oracle cards that I'll be pulling for you as well to give you some advice on how to deal with whatever situation it is that you're in. So I'm going to ask that all of you concentrate on what it is that you want out of this reading so that you get it. This is a general reading that will not resonate with everyone. However, everyone will interpret it the way that it's meant to be interpreted for you. So depending on your faith with regards to this resonating with you, that's how it's going to resonate. Okay, so Scorpio. The first major arcana and the only major arcana that you have in your spread right now is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant Pope represents somebody who sticks to tradition. This also could mean that it's time to seek higher education, possibly talk to somebody who knows more than you with regards to the same beliefs that you have. It really just means tradition and really staying in your lane according to what you believe is right. But I also see that some of you need to get some rest, and some of you are contemplating on how you're going to move forward in the world with regards to work. I see that some of you are going to be getting news of work, and I feel as though some of you are mourning. And if you look at these two pictures, I feel as though you guys have lost actually someone. I feel as though some of you have lost someone. And when it comes to sticking to tradition and sticking to the ways that you normally do things, the energy that I feel that belongs to you is the Page of Swords, which represents news of intellect and messages of intellect. So basically, this card really means what does your tradition at this point, what do your beliefs at this point, what does your intellect tell you about what you currently believe? That's what I feel like that was. Right? Your energy is asking, what is it that I really believe in? Like, what is it that I really, what's really the traditional way of doing things? What is really the way that I want things to be? Like, some of you are like, okay, what's written in stone for me and what's not? In terms of my own behavior, in terms of the way that I'm okay, it's okay for me to behave. And then I see that you guys are dealing with a loss. And either this loss has you like super exhausted, or you actually experienced the loss. And I'm talking about possibly a loved one, right? Then when it comes to work, you still have work going on, but the individual in this picture is really just contemplating and really in a very quiet state, really in a very contemplative state. I feel some kind of like calm energy right now, and I feel kind of like some of you Scorpio are really evaluating some things about yourself, which is cool because that's what the whole name of this game is right now in July. Because August is going to be the moment of truth for everyone. Some of you don't know what I mean, but that's okay. We'll get into it as we get into your reading. So with regards to the Hierophant, spirit guides and angels, please let me know where are we going with that? Faith, your faith, okay. So we're talking about your faith and we're talking about your religion. And some of you are using your logic to say what? Fantasizing. Some of you are like, okay, hold on. I want to say that your beliefs are, what you were raised to believe is actually, your faith is actually creating some kind of anxiety and some kind of uncertainty for you. Your logic is telling you that what you were raised to believe, a lot of it is daydreamy type stuff, and it's creating anxiety because now you feel like, well, what do I fall back on now? Well, let me offer you some comfort, okay? Because my name is Haley, but I'm a spirit. I'm a soul. I mean, without a name, without clothes, without anything, without skin. I'm a soul. I'm a person. So I call myself a spiritual person. I don't relate to any religion. I'm not religious. That's my preference. I'm a spiritual person. That's why I say namaste every time, because basically what I'm saying is my spirit sees your spirit. My spirit sees your spirit. My spirit is saying hello to your spirit. The real deep down you. So then we get the Page of Wands. So now it's kind of like you guys you want news of what to do now. News of work on how to proceed. Okay, we're talking about marriage. We're talking about marriage. For some of you, it could have been that you're contemplating on what your faith is at this point in time. And some of you, I feel, have some of you love relationships. Let me see something, please. Give me a moment. Some of you are in love with somebody violent. If you have a sun, moon, or rising in Capricorn, go to that reading now, please. Thank you. After watching this one. Some of you are actually thinking about marrying somebody that is not right for you, and you know it because this person has violent tendencies. The way they talk is violent. The way they act, it has this violence to it. It has this like very intimidating. You don't want to marry that kind of person. We'll keep talking about this because we're talking about love, Scorpio. And guess what? You're going to walk away. Because I just gave you the validation I guess you needed. Yeah, no way should you marry somebody who has violent tendencies. This person goes about things very violently. Look at how he's riding his horse. He's got his sword out and he ain't playing. And he's got this violent, I will make my point and I will intimidate and I will terrorize and do all of that. And some of you have faith that either it's going to work, or some of you have faith that you can get the hell out of Dodge. That's what I see. See, at first the cards can really mean all kinds of stuff, but then when you start digging in, I'm telling you, it all comes out. It all comes out. Yep. Your intellect. Okay? The Page of Swords is a messenger of news, a messenger of information. Somebody's going to come and warn you against this person. Not just me. Somebody else is going to let you know. No. In addition to that, Once again, some of you are dreaming up this individual to be a lot better than what they really are. Stop doing that, because you know what? You're creating in your mind what you think this person is or what you want this person to be. And you're sweeping under the rug the things that they're doing that is not okay. And as a result, you're fantasizing about how wonderful you think this person is because they provide a few things that are beneficial, but for the most part, what they really are bringing to you is a whole bunch of anxiety. And the Page of Wands represents a messenger of work. So I'm wondering why a messenger of work would have anything to do with this column. Do you know what I'm saying? Some of you know what I'm saying. But you're going to walk away from a so-called lover relationship because you know that it's not healthy. And your intuition just confirmed with you that that is exactly what's going on, Scorpio. So you know not to engage in this type of relationship to this degree. I have said this on, I think, 3 different readings now. Marriage is one thing, being boyfriend and girlfriend is another. If you want to learn a lesson for a little while by being with somebody who is violent and who acts that way and all of that hoopla, then go ahead and experience what you need to experience with it. But what you don't do is you don't sign any papers with somebody like that. I want you to look up what the Knight of Swords means. He gets things done, and he gets them done in a way that's very brash and very, very, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, do you want that? Is that like this is not the type of person that's kind most of the time. How about that? Okay? And news of work, I don't even know why that came up. I can only assume, but I'm going to just say that, you know what? Your intuition knows to walk away from somebody who's going to do that. And the last thing that you're going to do is get married, because the Hierophant is it's like a pope. It's like a religious figure, and religious figures represent marriage and commitment. So please, if you have a sun, moon, or rising in Capricorn, go watch that video with regards to love and all, and everything's there for you, okay? So for those of you who are contending with this, Scorpio, I'm going to pull an Ascended Masters card for you. The Power of Joy. I'm going to read this one for you. The Power of Joy, because some of you are not happy right now in your relationships, and you need the power of joy, and I'm going to read it to you. Some of you need the power of joy right now. Let's see how we pronounce the name of this Ascended Master. Maitreya. The Power of Joy. Let's get to it. Okay, Power of Joy. To find your desired outcome, follow the path of joy. Your life's purpose is supported by the joy and passion you feel when you're thinking about or working on your purpose. The joy that you feel within relationships keeps them alive, exciting, and growing. The joy that comes from your hobbies gives you extra energy. Of all the emotions, joy has the highest energy vibration. Joy has the power to remove all obstacles and attract all of your needs. Joy reminds us that we needn't suffer at all. We can fulfill our purpose, help ourselves and others, and heal through the power of joy. Additional meanings for this card: stay positive and filled with faith to manifest your desires into reality. Find the humor in this situation. Enjoy a good laugh. Develop hobbies that bring you pleasure To find your life's purpose, do what brings you joy. I kind of feel like this card is basically saying, you know, to walk away from this individual, and what's going to occupy your time while you're getting over this relationship is to focus on joy and focus on what you're good at. Stay busy doing what brings you joy. What hobbies bring you joy? Because pulling the High Priestess also means that some of you are intuitives and some of you have some spiritual gifts that you can actually utilize. Okay? Now, before we start running out of time, we talked about love, Scorpio. Now let's talk about, what is this loss about? What is this loss about? Oh, loss and betrayal. And half-assedness. Somebody's lying. And you had to be defensive against something. And it affected your home. And when it comes to you feeling exhausted, you have the Ace of Wands at your disposal, which means that you can become enthusiastic about a new idea or a new situation that can manifest things and change your situation. That could mean communication or things happened really fast. And this card means theft. So betrayal and theft and all of the crazy stuff that we've been seeing in all of these other readings, like the Taurus readings. And now some of you feel so hurt and so betrayed that you want to just get out of town. You want to get the heck out of here. And you don't want anything to do with anybody because your trust in people is just completely kaput. And joy is the ultimate healer. Are you guys starting to notice what spirit guides and angels are trying to tell you? You guys need to find the joy in every single situation that you are in. Find the joy, because I'm telling you, that's what's going to give you the energy that you need to get past these situations that I just described. Now, when it comes to wondering what to do in the world with regards to work, you can make happen whatever you want to make happen. So make sure you know that you have spirit guides and angels that communicate with you on a regular basis. Whether you're aware of it or not, you will be one day, if you're not already. You are resourceful, you are powerful, and you can accomplish whatever you want to with regards to funds. That is why the Knight of Wands popped up. This means a messenger of work, a more mature messenger of work, who actually has a stronger armor and who's seen a thing or two, so they actually have some faith in you and they're going to actually give you a job opportunity. Yes, you guys are going to build something together. And it's going to be a juggle, because you're going to be juggling getting past these emotional type things, and then you're also going to be focused on your livelihood, Scorpio. Yeah, and this is the Apprentice card. This is basically saying that you're going to work your butt off to be the best that you can be at whatever it is that you choose to do career-wise. It's up to you. And that is what's going to take all of the time and attention away from the fact that you've been betrayed, that someone stole from you, and that you were in a relationship with somebody that clearly is not good for you, and you had better not marry them if I were you. I can't take your choices away from you, but if I could this time, I would honestly say, you better not marry that person. You better not do it. You better not. And then I'm going to pull an oracle card, and then we'll see what's going on with that. Achievement with regards to career. I'll read that to you, Scorpio. Okay? Achievement. And that's number 42. I'm just going to read the first couple paragraphs because this book is a little winded, okay? Achievement. Many stories relate that Ganesha has two wives, Siddhi, success, that's what her name means, and Reedy, and her name means prosperity. The symbolism of these two women indicates that if you walk on the path set by Ganesha, success and prosperity are guaranteed to be always by your side. The search for material success seldom brings with it achievement of spiritual goals. Ganesha wishes you to realize that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, you will experience positive flow on effects in all areas of your existence. When you stay connected to your spiritual nature, you have a more serene mind. Develop an accepting perception of yourself. This attitude will help your heart open to spiritual matters. A high level of self-mastery coupled with a high ethical practice will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. So I said that we were talking about career here, right? And here we're talking about the people around you. And here we're talking about your love life, okay? First and foremost, I want you guys to do everything and anything that's going to bring you joy. Everything and anything that's going to bring you joy. I want you to laugh as much as you can. I want you to be around the people who you know genuinely care about you and love you and tell good jokes. I want you to do the things that make you feel good about yourself, and I want you to remind yourself of why you are a lot more worthy than to be around people who are going to steal from you, backstab you, and treat you violently and talk to you like you ain't nothing and like you come a dime a dozen. Because you don't. There's only one you, trust me, and they're not going to find another you. And so even though these actions make you want to react, I'm telling you, don't react. Because the universe is going to take care of that. Naturally, they're going to have to carry the baggage of what they've done. You just go ahead and focus on joy so that you can get past knowing you're in a relationship that you need to get out of ASAP, in my opinion, because anybody who talks to you violently and treats you violently is not going to get any better. For some of you who are around you, who are backstabbing you and stealing from you and making you, feel like you have to defend yourself and they're lying to you, the moon means half-assed and making you feel betrayed and like making you feel like you're always taking a loss. I mean, every single card in that deck completely lets me know that you're around somebody that is like, doesn't give two rats about you. For real, for real. And you're going to have to wise up and you're going to have to figure out how you're going to use that Ace of Wands energy to focus on joy. Because a lot of you right now want to just get away from everybody because you don't trust anyone based on what you experienced. I think some of you experienced a lot of betrayal recently. And that's just like the name of the game right now for a lot of people. And obviously, there's a reason why we're all being tested this way. Why people are actually turning around and doing some really vicious betrayal-like type stuff. I honestly feel like the divine wants to know how we're going to respond. And if you respond as though you trust that the universe is going to take care of the individuals with justice. I mean, what comes around goes around, like I said. If you give out funk, you're going to get back funk. If you give out love, you're going to get love back. So just know, Scorpio, that achievement is yours. Honey, success and prosperity. You're resourceful and you know how to make it happen when it comes to finances. So Scorpio, don't worry about that. You've got some people around you that don't have good intentions towards you. Period. So I recommend that you just start watching the people around you and then looking for the ones who are starting to act a little differently than they normally act. When it comes to your love life, it looks to me like a lot of you are in a relationship that is not healthy. It's not good for you, and you should not marry this individual. Like I said, dating is so cool, but not marrying somebody. Dating will teach you a lot, but like try to preserve yourself in the meantime. Don't give your love away so much so to the point where you have nothing left for yourself at the end of the day. So Scorpio, we covered 3 different subjects. We covered career, we covered the energies around you, and we covered your love life. And I hope that you got the gist. There are no doors closed for you with regards to making money. So I recommend that you use this month to stack up and do your thing. That's going to keep you busy and keep your mind off the fact that some people just ain't no good. I mean, that's just the truth. Some people choose just to be thieves. Some people make a living off of stealing from other people and from being dishonest. And when you don't suspect it, that's exactly what they want. That's why they get away with what they get away with. And yes, it is hard to just let it go. But I'm telling you, if you don't let it go, what's going to happen is whatever you do out of retaliation is now going to be your baggage. And you don't need any more baggage. We're trying to figure out how to get rid of the baggage that we've got so that we can move forward a lot more lighter than we are now. All of us. So with that being said, Scorpio, I love you so dearly and hope that you are kind enough to yourself to know that you are worthy of having friends that don't steal from you and relationships with people who won't mistreat you. Enjoy the gift that is given to you, which is the fact that you are resourceful and you're in a powerful position when it comes to career. Success and prosperity are at your feet, and that is what you are being told to focus on right now, so that these things just play out. They go away. Yeah, that was nice. Thanks for the experience. You taught me quite a bit, and I definitely will recognize that crap the next time I see it, and it will never happen again. In the meantime, any and everything that brings me joy or brings joy to other people, I am going to be very mindful that joy is the strongest vibration that is going to heal my heart based on the fact that people that I cared about betrayed me, lied to me, treated me wrong, stole from me, and that in the relationship that I was in, I was being mistreated. And then I actually considered being with this person on paper. So, Scorpio, my loves, namaste until next time. For those of you interested in a private reading, just send me an email and I will let you know what steps to take to get a reading. Right now, I can give a reading, depending on the day. I could give you a reading the same day, or I can give you a reading the next day. I like to give people readings as soon as I receive payment, because I know that you guys have paid for the reading because you want to know what you want to know, and you have some questions and you're anxious to know about them. All I ask is that you guys come to me with as calm of a demeanor as you can, and I will address you as soon as possible to make sure that I ease your worries, because 99.9% of the time there's nothing to worry about, and it's your perspective that needs to be changed. And with that said, we're not going over time, but I am more than happy to offer guidance to those of you who need it. Scorpio, until next time, namaste.